Yeah, he's coming. He's coming.
Whoa!
He's coming. He's coming.
Yes!
Christopher, then you know what? Then maybe that you've got a problem because
Whoa!
What's happening? It's your boy Chris Cross. We are back. We are back from vacation. And what a week it was. That's why you haven't seen us in a while. We had a great time down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, on the beach. I was reliving the glory days of boogie boarding and surfing. I wasn't surfing because I'm scared to death of sharks now. But we were definitely boogie boarding, catching some waves. The waves were ridiculous, and I'm sore as can be because I'm not 15 anymore, right? But all in all, a good time with the fam, and checked out the shops, went to the boardwalk, all kinds of shops at the boardwalk. You had rides like the Ferris wheel and just different things going on. Walked the boardwalk on Myrtle Beach. And of course, I'm scared of a lot of things, right? I'm scared of heights. So I didn't go too far out on the boardwalk, but we did go on the boardwalk. I didn't go on the Ferris wheel because I'm scared of heights. I didn't go parasailing, I think they call it, because I'm scared of heights. And I didn't go too deep in the ocean because I'm scared of sharks. But all in all, a great time. The only thing that really sticks out was the lifeguards. For some reason, the lifeguards, usually, especially when I was young, you go to the beach, you don't even notice the lifeguards. I mean, the only time you notice them is if someone is in trouble and they're out there trying to save somebody. Never even noticed the lifeguards when I was a kid. Now the whistle's going off. Someone goes out like 30, 40 yards in the water, the whistle's going off. They're telling you to come in. I mean, it's crazy. I couldn't imagine when I was 15 and surfing and boogie boarding and doing all those things, and the lifeguard telling you to come in. It's just a weird concept. It's like someone has taken ownership and control of the ocean, and who owns the ocean but God? So that was a little weird to me, but for me personally, I'm not going out too far anyway, so they're not blowing the whistle at me, okay? But they were blowing the whistle a lot. That's the only thing that stuck out on the whole trip. Other than that, had a great time. Got to take the dogs for walks. They saw the beach for the first time, touched the sand, went crazy, all that type of stuff. So that's just a highlight of the trip. And then all of a sudden, while on the trip, we're rolling down the street on the strip, and there it is, Trump Superstore, MAGA. I was like, what is going on? What is happening here? I mean, what is happening here? There I am next to Trump with a thumbs up in the store. I couldn't believe it. I was like in heaven. I mean, you go through the store, you got all types of gear, man. Shirts, hats, banners, posters, keychain. I mean, just everything. Teddy bears. I mean, I saw that and I was like, yeah, Trump's getting it, man. Trump is getting it. No doubt about it. So a good time there and a good time on the whole trip with the family. And because of the vacation, I have no idea what's going on with Trump. No idea. The only thing I know that I have seen in the news, because it pops up on the phone from time to time, I guess because I'm searching up Trump a lot, is that he's having a summit with Putin in, not Hawaii, Alaska. That's right. Putin-Trump summit in Alaska, August 15th. So what, that's next Friday? So what's going to come of this thing? Is the war all of a sudden going to stop? I don't know. Doubtful, right? There'll probably have to be further negotiations, but at least these two are going to be in the same room at the same time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is progress. And I know what you're thinking. Trump said on the campaign trail, I'll have this thing stop in the first day, or whatever he said. And that's a little hyperbole. Is it actually going to stop on the first day? No. And if you actually believe that, come on. You're not just walking in and stopping things. Putin is going to ride this thing out until he gets what he wants. And that's where we're at. And Trump is going to have to give up something if he wants this war to stop. or else eventually Ukraine will fall. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Russia continues to slowly inch its way into Ukraine, and at some point, uh, you got to say, like, not all is lost, but let's go ahead and get a peace deal done, even if you got to give up something, and move forward. And that's kind of where I think Trump is heading in this thing. But who knows? We'll find out. But that's where it is right now with President Trump. Not much going on. The other thing I do know is that the Q2, quarter two GDP came out a couple days ago, and it's right around 3%, just shy. A few months back, people were screaming about a recession because in the first quarter it was negative. You know, Trump came in already well into, 20 days into quarter one. So you can't really hold that against them. So then, okay, we're negative now. If we have another negative quarter, it's a recession. Trump avoided that quickly, nearly 3%. Surprised a lot of people, including myself, how quickly he got the economy going. Also, the debt ceiling went up about 1.4% during that time. And I even hesitate to say debt ceiling. I mean, because that sounds just terrible. It's not really debt. That's like money that has been put into the economy or money that's owed to people who are buying bonds. To say it's debt, that's just outstanding money that the government is going to have to pay out to people who hold bonds and things of that nature. But at the same time, the way it's worded is debt. So what Trump did is, with the economy, he outpaced the debt, and that's what you need, right? Because it's 120% debt to GDP coming in to the administration, and if you can get it down close to 100% by the time you leave, you did a good job. That's going to be difficult, very, very difficult. But with the World Cup coming, with the Olympics coming, with all these things happening, I mean, 2026 is on pace to be one of the greatest years in the history of the United States in terms of an economic boom. The Federal Reserve has yet to lower interest rates, which to me is fine, because let's not boom it right now. Let's hold off a little bit. Let's lower the interest rates in late 2025. Then in 2026, let this thing boom, and then you're at the midterm elections. So that's kind of a good thing for Trump. You don't want it to boom too quick and then fizzle out, right? You want it to boom at the right time, and 2026 is looking like a great year for the economy and for Trump, and that'll, send the Republicans cruising into the midterm election. And right now, I'm living in a state where the Republicans control the government like 91-9. I mean, it's insane here in West Virginia. It's dominated by Republicans, and those 91 Republicans cannot agree on the color of the sky. Okay? I mean, and that's the way Republicans have always been. That's why I hesitate to say that I'm Republican. I like to say I'm independent, because I can't vote for a Democrat. Okay? Definitely can't. If they're saying the right things, doing the right things. But right now, the Democratic Party is it's collapsing before our eyes. They'll come back. But right now, they have no leader. It's not looking good. And why I tell you about West Virginia, not so much about West Virginia, but it surprises me that at the national level, the Republicans are all in lockstep with Trump. There's little things here and there where you got to get some deals done to get this bill passed or whatever. But 95% of the Republicans are all on the same page. That is rare in my lifetime. I mean, that is rare. But that's what Trump has done at the national level. And that's where we're at. That's what I know right now. I haven't been following the news. I've been on vacation. I haven't been looking up the news. I haven't stayed in touch with everything. But those are the main talking points right now. Now, as we work our way into sports, right? This is, a little bit of politics, just a little bit. I like to get into the numbers, but we love to talk sports. I mean, we love to talk sports, and there's some things we got to get into, right, in terms of sports. And I haven't been paying attention to that either. What we know is that football season is quickly approaching. Teams are practicing. Uh, NFL, college football, everything is heating up, and it's just around the corner. So let me take a look quickly at the preseason rankings. I haven't really looked at this yet. I know Florida State is not on here. I mean, it's just last season was just terrible. I mean, just terrible. So we're not getting much here from the rankings. I thought we'd get more, but oh, I see what happened. Yeah, we got to put college football preseason rankings, but I know Alabama's in there, and they're playing Florida State in week 1. And why is that happening? I have no idea. Coming off a 2-10 season, why are we playing number 8 Alabama? I know they're number 8. I do know that because I follow Florida State in detail. But here it is. So Alabama's number 8. So looking at the top, you got Texas 1, Ohio State 2. This makes a lot of sense. Penn State 3, Georgia 4, Notre Dame 5. Okay. Clemson 6, really. So Clemson's expected to be that good this year. That's surprising. Oregon 7, Alabama 8, and then LSU, and then Miami. Wow, the Hurricanes. Losing a quarterback are still preseason number 10. That's interesting. So let's see how this plays into week 1. And we're just doing this on the fly, ladies and gentlemen. Primarily because we're not prepared, but that's all right. Let's get some matchups here. Boise State, South Florida, okay. Georgia Tech, Colorado, and there it is. Saturday, Alabama at Florida State. Oh my goodness. If Florida State can find a way to win this football game, I'll just be ecstatic for the rest of the season. If we lose, it's kind of like, all right, at least we lost to a top 10 team, but we can't afford to lose. LSU at Clemson. LSU at Clemson. That's big right there. Where's LSU at? Number 9 versus number 6 on opening week. Oh my goodness. Okay. Ohio State or Texas at Ohio State week 1? Are you serious? 1 versus 2 in the first week? Oh my goodness. So much for the preseason rankings because someone is going down. So that's going to be ridiculous. Then you got Utah, UCLA. You got Notre Dame at Miami. Those are 2 top 10 teams. So, and that's at Miami. Unbelievable. Unbelievable first week. I didn't know it was this serious. I just knew it was Alabama, Florida State. But you're talking about 3 games. Well, 2 games. 1 versus 2. Texas, Ohio State. Yeah, and then LSU, Clemson, Notre Dame, Miami. So you got 3 games with top 10 opponents, and you got number 8 Alabama at Florida State. So listen, the party's getting started real quick this year. I mean, it's getting started real fast. And that's highly interesting. So I didn't know it was that serious. I mean, of course, it's college football. It's always serious every week. You got to bring your A game. But you're talking about some of the best teams going to battle right out the gate. And to me, that's just wild. So I'm highly looking forward to that. So let's jump into the Q&A. Normally we'll pull these before the show, but listen, we didn't have time. We just haven't had time. So at Curious MMA says, great video, man. New sub. Talking about the Chase Hooper versus Alexander Hernandez prediction for UFC 319. So on the channel we post primarily the pay-per-view events, right? Like UFC 319, 320, 321. We try to get as many predictions up as we can. On our other channel, TCMMA Podcast, you got all the predictions for every week and reactions. Then Scott Jackson says, Alabama had no players leave during the most recent portal window. Way to ruin my day, Scott Jackson. Okay? I'm hoping that Alabama's down this year. Because even if Florida State's up, we're going to have to be way up off a 2-10 season to beat Alabama. Please believe it. That's why that game is so big. Oddball Sports says, I picked Georgia Tech and BC over FSU to start the year. I don't blame you. It was a Georgia thing at the time, being that Tyler is from Georgia. Florida lost to UGA, which, I mean, listen, they had 30% of their team. Lost to Georgia Tech, lost to BC, all, led by a Georgia boy. Not to forget, DJ clearly ain't the guy he was hyped up to be. Yeah, it was a huge disappointment. And that's the thing I said before with Florida State football, is it's not Florida State football, like Duke basketball, those are my teams, right, has always been built on taking freshmen all the way up to senior year and being the best to do it, right? Not getting transfers. And when Florida State football starts relying on transfers, which now you have to, because you got the portal window and all this, it really hurts teams like Florida State. It's gonna take time to figure it out. And do we have the right coach? I don't know. I don't know. What did that say? Are the glasses to cover up? No, the glasses are to cover up me reading from left to right, because people get on me. If you don't see me with the glasses on, like when we're doing UFC reactions, that's because I'm not reading anything, I'm reacting. But when I'm doing predictions, I'm reading stats. When I'm doing the Q&A or bringing up information, I'm reading. People get upset when you're reading on the show for some reason. I don't know why. But I just say, we're going to put on some glasses instead. That way we don't get hit up too bad. At Nick Bowen said they have 0% chance to fall off a cliff. We'll see. Bama is going to destroy FSU. I think that's the consensus. K-Max says, dream on, big boy, FSU, with the smile face emojis. Adverpin says, Alabama might go 7-6. You actually watch football. Castellano, meet John Gotti. If you didn't know, Castellano's FSU's quarterback this season from South Florida, hoping for big things. But again, this is not Florida State football. Florida State football is getting that freshman and building them up to senior year, but those days are over, because the likelihood of a freshman being there senior year, waiting in the wings, is not going to happen. So it's going to take Florida State time, and it's just not good when you're bringing in a guy every year for one season. It just doesn't work. Legendary UA says FSU is dying for attention. Don't worry, it's coming. Got another one. Why do you have so few subscribers? Well, because we don't really post too much on this channel. We're just trying to get it going. Our other channel has like about 5,500 subs now, so we like that, and we're trying to get this one going, right? And that's why we're starting to do more stuff here. At Super Zana says, bro, the real problem is you need to stop filming in the wastewater outflow and lighting with the hot dog roller heat lamp. You gotta love some of this stuff. And a lot of this other stuff is going back a few weeks to some previous UFC pay-per-view events. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Not a lot to talk about today, because I got to get caught back up. Right now with football, I'm paying attention a little bit. I'm looking at some depth charts for my teams like Florida State, and I don't know anybody right now. It's terrible. That's the new way it is. And then the depth chart for the Miami Dolphins, right? Because those are my football teams. And, listen, being realistic, is Florida State going to beat Alabama? Probably not. But as a diehard fan, and if you know anything about Florida fans, again, we're going to tell you that we're going to win, even if we're 1-16 going into the final week against an undefeated team. We just talk smack. It doesn't matter. In fact, we even feel better when we're 1-16 or some terrible record, because we have nothing to lose. But we still believe we're the best team in football. That's just the way we've been saying this since the early 70s with the Dolphins. We haven't won a Super Bowl in over 50 years. So, we're kind of used to it. So if things go sideways, yeah, I'm upset. Yeah, I'm cursing at the TV, right? I'm diehard football. But at the same time, it's not like I'm going to jump off a roof or throw the TV into the wall or anything like that, because, again, we haven't won a Super Bowl in my lifetime. It's to be expected. And this year for the Dolphins, it might go sideways. We'll see. But we got a lot to talk about. Football's coming up, man. We're early August right now. We got a whole month before NFL starts. We got about 3 weeks before college football starts. So plenty of time to get there. So I'm a little behind, but not really behind, right? Because there's not much happening right now except speculation and what everyone thinks is going to happen. And then when week 1 transpires, we all look like fools at the end of the day. For the most part, most of us. Some of us call it right, but we mostly look like fools. But listen, that's going to do it for today's show, man. We'll be back, only episode 4. We're going to get better and better and caught up into this stuff. We're going to get some live streams going this year for football games, so you can actually see how I react. Because if we do a live stream on the channel for a football game, I'm just going to be myself. There's no pressure. And myself is crazy when football's on, especially when my team is playing. I mean, I expect them to win no matter if they're bad or good. I expect them to win every week. That's just the way it is. So for now, I'm Chris Cross. Until next time, hope you have a great day and God bless. As always, peace.